What's up, guys? TK here at Geotactical, and today I'm going to help you guys troubleshoot some problems that you might have with your gun. So here I have a KWA SR10. It's one of my personal ones. It's very old, but it has been having some feeding issues lately, and if your gun has been having feeding issues, this might be a possible way to fix it. So basically what I was experiencing is every time I pulled the trigger, the BBs kind of lacklusterly poured out of the barrel. Like they would make it maybe 10 feet or so, and then the other BBs would get behind them and shoot BBs out just by hitting them. So essentially there are BBs getting caught in the barrel, and so sometimes BBs would fly out, sometimes they would just pour out, sometimes they would double feed. So a lot of problems. So I went ahead and decided to take a look at it. So first thing you want to do is isolate the problem. So what I did was I opened it up and I checked two things. One, I wanted to see if the air nozzle was moving and if I was getting sufficient air. So the air nozzle does appear to be moving as normal. And so that tells me right away that my tappet plate is fine. So that I can cross that off of my list of potential problems. Let's go ahead and check the air. Now you don't want to put your finger right on the nozzle because that can lead to you damaging it. You just want to put it in front of it and see if you feel a strong push of air. And I'm definitely feeling some air come through there, so that tells me that I don't have a compression issue and my piston head is okay as well. So that there tells me that the problem has to be within the hop-up or barrel itself. So I'm going to try to take this out. Oop. Oh. It was in my pocket. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is check to see if there's any problem with my hop-up bucking. So I look down the barrel. I usually like to point it toward the light source just to look around the edges of the barrel to make sure there are no protrusions. And it doesn't look like there are. And if you can look down there, you might be able to tell. And also I want to check to see if it's clean. You know, if there's any other debris or anything in the barrel. None of that is what it seems like is going on here. So that tells me that it's most likely the BB or the hop-up is not being pressed up against the gearbox with enough force. So as you can see here, I actually already did this mod, so I know it's going to work. But basically, I had some O-rings put on here before, and that is what helped press the hop-up chamber against the gearbox. Now that worked for a while, but it was kind of more of a quick fix because now those O-rings are too compressed to provide enough pressure against the gearbox chamber, and that's why I started seeing that feeding issue. So what I've done is I've cannibalized one of our GI mechanical pins, and I've put that spring that's in the mechanical pin onto the hop-up itself. And most hop-ups have this right here. There's a little ridge that you can put a spring on. Usually they come with one, but if you ever lose your hop-up spring, those pieces can be kind of hard to find. So a good solution is to just grab can you focus? Yeah, grab a mechanical pencil and try to use the spring in there. And 9 times out of 10, it'll be roughly the same size. If you can see or not, I don't know, but I did have to kind of modify with a O-ring to keep it in place because it was a little loose. But so yeah, now that's actually it's staying on there pretty nicely, and so that should give me the pressure that I need. So we're going to go in the range real quick and see if this guy fires. And this problem is pretty common if you lose either your barrel hop-up spring or your hop-up spring. Sometimes they can fall out due to unknown circumstances. So if you experience BBs just kind of falling out your barrel, check your hop up if that might be the problem. Yeah, it looks like it's working fine now. Just for a laugh, let's see what we're chronoing at here. 390. Yep, that's right where I want it. 403. Ooh. Alrighty, so cool. So that's just one quick tip of how to potentially diagnose your gun if it is having feeding issues. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.